Okay, everybody. So let's pick up where we left off. I just want to first say that I am well aware that a lot of you have seen all this stuff, so it feels like repeats, you know. But I'm just telling you, for me, it's new with the connections that I'm making. For me, all right. Like I'm sitting here, thoughts come to mind. I start looking stuff up, and you've probably done it. One thing leads to another. You search for one thing, it leads to another, topic. It leads to another topic, and next thing you know, you don't even know how you even found this stuff, but you found something that was totally new, and it's like, wow, how did you find all that? That's what's happening for me. Okay, so let's start with this. 'Cause I'm gonna try to recreate it. This is the image of what they give you the Calusas, right? Calusa Indians in Florida. I've seen different maps. Some they try to point out that they were in the um, Tampa area. Others show that they're as far south as South Florida, down in the Everglades. And I remember seeing this photo, and I thought, man, the women in this painting are off color compared to the men. Now, look at the importance of how they, color these things in. It's like they want you to perceive it their way, who's ever filling in these colorings, right? Because look at that, and look at that. They try to take the same drawing, right, and they colored it into, portray a narrative. Is how my mind is trying to, see that same kind of photo, and they want to make it completely different. Look at this one. Look at that one. This one over here, that was red rocks. Look at the way they've colored these guys. You can see these guys in their canoes. This is cut off. Red rock. Where's that? See what I'm saying? And look at this. Green. Red. Green again. So when I see this one, I believe this is the one I'd seen, because I thought they look awfully pale. I'm like, what the heck are they doing there, right? Now these darker images, they're still lighter than the men there, but they're still stand out, but they don't stand out as much as this. Like this, I was like, hey, wait, what are these Calusa Indians doing with Caucasians? As light as that image is. Let's see. And that one, all of them are the same color in that one. So, but getting back to this, so the while back I tried to look into that and figure out why they did that and so on and so forth. What I didn't know was there was some of the answers I was looking for were right there. I wasn't looking hard enough. I had a few things going through my mind. I was talking to Vince about the Indians that were in Texas, the man-eaters and stuff like that, and what the Choctaws said about them, and how I, ran across some stuff about what was it? One of the conquistadors talked about they left the West Indies. Half of his crew landed in Texas, the other half landed in Florida and stuff like that, and what they said about the Indians being Huns and crap like that. So, but I was looking at some of the names of Florida, in Florida, and just going over, and Vincent's like, talking about, what our language, we didn't have like the vowels, right? So you take some of those places and you take the vowels out of them. And we looked at like Orlando, you take the vowels out, it's like our land, and how some of the places in Florida, just like in Canada, have places named in Italy with the same name. But start looking at maps like these, right? And one thing led me to this, and I tried to find it, but I couldn't. But I found this map there while searching, and I seen stuff like this, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is that doing there? Mulatto King? And it's right over the Negro Fort? I never heard about that. There's a lot I've never heard about, but I was just saying, I never heard about this. Look at this. This is the thing that blew my mind. King Philip's Town. Mulatto Girl Town. What's with all these mulattoes, right? That was another one. And then you got your Calusas. But that answered this question, right? If that painting is correct, mulattoes. Check this out. Check this out. All right, we have Metacomet's War, the novel of King Philip's War. And I found some interesting stuff as I was looking up King Philip and who he was, right? Check this out. See this? Now, I took this from Google Earth. Not Google Earth, wow. What's it called? Google Scholar. I went to Google Scholar, I looked them up, and I found this. And then there's a PDF. I haven't had time to read it, but I just wanted to put this out there, what I was finding. I could not believe this. All right, so this was his native name, and his English name was King Philip, right? Or it was King Philip as the English knew him. And I was like, wait a minute. Can we find that same thing with like King James and King Henry and so on and so forth? Because how many times have we heard them say it over and over again? King James was here in America. Now finding the proof is the hard part. But here should be a bright spot. If this is true, this dude was not only a chief, all right, and he had his native name, but when he lived among the English and the English settlers, he was known to them as king. That's it. That PDF is correct. Look at this. Yep, King Philip. Look at this. As the use of King Philip in place of his native name. So when we see this in was it 1,000 Go Ahead's videos, I mean, it's mind blowing. Because like I seen that and I was like, man, how are you saying that's one of, like, I just couldn't see it. How are you saying that's one of us? You know? So I didn't pay much attention to it. I didn't give it much because I was thinking maybe it's far-fetched. But look at that, man. King Philip, 1772. Metacomet was killed. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Was killed with his head displayed in Plymouth for 25 years. Wife and son sold into slavery to the West Indies. I mean, thinking about that, I'm like, come on now. Come on. We know who they were selling down in the West Indies, right? And this also made me think about the Skull and Bones. Don't they do that whole thing where they stole Geronimo's head and were drinking, you know, wine or blood out of it and stuff like that in one of their rituals? And they always give you this image of Geronimo, but the image of Geronimo is always the same image of, like, you know, Red Horse or Red Stick and all those other ones, like the same Tonto-looking image. What it makes me think, what did Geronimo actually look like? You know? So there was that. I know there's probably more. I just can't. Oh yes. No, there is. Because Vincent also, when I was talking to him, told me something I thought was really cool. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I was looking up the etymology of vote. Promise to God. I didn't make no promise to him. Still haven't. It's not mine. Stop. There you go. Alright, hold on. Computer, you want to function? I know I should already have this stuff pulled up. Vincent sent me this after I was texting back and forth. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can't hear this, but here's the title of it. These gentlemen are going to explain that they are the descendants of that king who was sold down to the West Indies. His wife and children were. I'll leave this in the description box because I'm pretty sure you can't hear it over the hissing pipes. So, there was something else. Oh, yes. There was one other thing I wanted to show you. I mean, there's a lot, but one other thing I wanted to try to fit into this. Check this out, man. Not that, no. Check this out.
This is approximately how much a $300,000 home would cost after 30 years if you have a credit score of 620.
Remember this scene? Cucamonga Cracker Killers. Man, this was pretty cool. I was there's a page. It's called "We're Not Africans, They Lied." Check it out if you have a Facebook, because they were on there and they broke down Cucamonga. Man, it's indigenous people of California. It's indigenous natives. He told us way back then. Oh, man. And then I was like, I couldn't get the Ninja Turtle song out of my head, after that, because I was like, man, Cucamonga sounds a lot like, some of the terms those Ninja Turtles were using too. But that's a different topic. But I could not believe that. That was an awesome find too. But yeah, if you get a chance, go check them out. They're called We're Not Africans, They Lied. They brought up all kinds of definitions for Cucamonga. Showing you that it means indigenous ones of California specifically. So he told us way back then, and that's cool because Vincent also was trying to point out that if you look at that kid that was in the last Fast and Furious when they're down there in Cuba, the one that Vin Diesel raced against at the beginning, he almost looks like he could play Ice Cube's double, right, or his twin. And we was pointing out, what if they were taking our people from here and putting them down there? And as we see with that one king, it could, they took his wife and children and sold them down to the West Indies. So I'm just saying, man, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's everything for now that I want to put in this video. I want to do some of the stuff from the Bible I've been going over, because I think it's going to be pretty good. Anyways, take care, everybody.